Here we are, the long-awaited VCR Mk2. Essentially, this computer came from, it's from an odd idea my friend and I had about putting a computer into a VCR. He had conceived this idea back in high school as part of a Casemod project. The original iteration of this machine was a Celeron 433. Hardly anything you could use as a server, but it did its job. A couple of years later, unfortunately was crushed during a move, and this is a bit of a recreation / reconstruction. Now it has a little bit better than a simple Celeron, but is still obsolete nonetheless. If I could get the case off. See, it's a bit of a mess, but this is still a work in progress. It has been for years, it's just been set aside due to other things. See, it has a 100 gigabyte Mk2 hard drive that originally came from a DVR. Has right now about 512 megabytes of RAM, but that's going to change in the future. And an E-Machine's compact power supply. This thing's probably rated for about 100 watts. I haven't checked the sticker as it's on the bottom and it's not really visible. And there's the processor there. Under there is a Pentium 3 2.2 gigahertz CPU. Let me put the cover back on. As this thing's a little bit loud. Anyways, I have it hooked up to this monitor with a Macintosh keyboard and just a simple room. Let me get my knife out of the way. Alright, let me power this thing up. And notice I don't really have the power light hooked up to it yet. The hard drive light's barely legible, you can kind of see there. Anyways, here goes booting up. In a second now we should be started up into Ubuntu server. I inadvertently installed X when I installed some other program. I forgot that it required X, but it's no big deal. I can work without it. And sometimes it actually comes in handy when managing a Minecraft server. Although it's not really needed, as you can just switch between virtual consoles. Let me just log in. Helps if I do my password correctly. Like I said, don't really need X windows to do what you need to do. I said Ubuntu long-term support server here. Now, I thought about putting in a copy of Arch, but for the sake of ease of administration, as this thing's just going to do the tasks it did in the past, which was act as a Unreal Tournament 99, as it's known now, and Neverwinter Nights server. I know earlier we never plays those games anymore, but you know what? I like old games, and that's what it's meant to do. The Minecraft server part of it does work, but I need some more RAM because it really is necessary. Anyways, let's have it do something interesting.
2,000 years later.
I have here a simple server set up on here. All I have to do is press enter. Normally in the past I wouldn't operate it through the local console here. There's a lot of options I haven't set yet either. This is just a fresh install. There's no add-ons or anything else added to it yet. But the server's ready and waiting for commands. So in just a second, I'll have the game loaded up. Here we go. I only have it saying Linux UT server. This is the original Unreal Tournament server browser. You can see the server reacts. Most of the time when you're going to operate this, you're going to use something like PuTTY or other Telnet or SSH client. As you can see, the server is doing its job. You can still navigate around. Hard to do with one hand. Oh, they let me into the game with no other players. Interesting. as you can see, the game is most certainly functioning. Not only if I had someone to play with. Yeah, essentially the original incarnation of this machine. Let me put this on pause here. The original incarnation of this machine used to be used at LAN parties, where this would host for 5-6 people and it would be just fine. Of course, the original version of this was a Celeron 4033 and with only about 192 megabytes of RAM. But it did its job just fine. And a lot of times I'd operate it with a KVM switch, so this way I didn't need to dedicate a whole nother monitor to that purpose. And finally, here's what other thing that's new for this is running a Minecraft server. Hopefully I did this right. Looks like it's ready, so just a second I'll be in the game. Okay, here I am in the realm. Fortunately I got attacked by a zombie while I was trying to press play. Not really fun, but... Okay, that kind of does it for this demonstration, but lo and behold, it does work. Yeah, Minecraft doesn't run all too great on a older Athlon XP, but oh well. This is just to prove that the game works. You can kind of see all that there, showing that I connected. But anyways, this is the VCR computer. There's more stuff's going to come. We're going to actually fabricate some more parts on this server, so this way we can actually hold this down instead of just dropping it on top. I mean, that's kind of lame, but that's the best I could do to fix it after it got crushed. Anyways, see you later, YouTube.